This week we're going to turn our focus to South America, specifically looking at short-term weather trends in Brazil. We're also going to take a look at U.S. export sales of soybeans. Now they're trailing year-ago levels. We're going to wrap things up this week looking at trends in November soybean futures. Hi, this is Brian Basting with Advanced Trading. Let's talk about the soybean market. We moved into December now, and of course that means the focus is on South America weather, specifically looking at Brazil. Let's look once again at where those soybeans are produced in Brazil. We're focusing on the primary producing states here in Brazil, looking at Mato Grosso being the #1 state. North to south is where the soybeans are planted and harvested in Brazil. Now let's focus in on the short-term weather trends for Brazil. Our slides this week, as usual, are courtesy of T-storm weather. Now we're going to zero in here on the 30 days, the past 30 days of precip, more of a proxy for subsoil moisture across those soybean growing areas. Now look at it's a real divergence being seen in Brazil. The northern areas in Mato Grosso and some of those states are quite wet at the moment. In fact, Mato Grosso has had one of the wettest Novembers on record. But as we move south here, notice that it dries out quite a bit over in those far southern states. Now again, in terms of maturity-wise, the beans in Mato Grosso will be the most sensitive to weather here in December. Now, as you move north to south again, the harvest is also going to increase first in Mato Grosso. But let's take a look first now at our next 14 days. Next 14 days, the pattern which we've seen recently continues. That is being wet in the north and drying out as we move further south. So again, the potential is there for a very large crop in Mato Grosso. There's actually a bit of concern about too much moisture. I'm not ready to emphasize that too much at this point. We all know how important moisture is for soybeans in that July and particularly August time period. That's the time period we're approaching here in December and January in northern Brazil. So again, at the moment it looks like they're off to a very good start for potential and a much more rapid maturity crop than last year because it got planted earlier in 2021 compared to last fall. Let's move on now and focus on export trends here back in the U.S. Now we're looking at a little different slide this week. This is the weekly unshipped soybean export sales here. Notice that we're down. U.S. sales of beans are down quite a bit from last year's record pace. Unshipped sales to China are down 163 million bushels versus 2020. Sales to unknown destinations, those are largely China, are down 128 million bushels. So between those two regions or buyers, if you will, it's about 290 million bushel. Let's now look at the regions that are being impacted. Remember that as we started this fall, we had a much larger supply of South American soybeans. In fact, about 360 million more bushels compared to last year. So that's led to weaker sales of U.S. beans to destinations such as China, South Korea, as well as other Southeast Asia countries such as Indonesia. Now we're still looking at the second highest level in 5 years, but notice how far that unshipped book is compared to last year. A little bit concerning in the fact that USDA may be overestimating soybean demand in its monthly balance sheet. Let's wrap things up this week looking at trends in November soybean futures. We've added November 22 to our chart this week, and notice that at about $12.10, it's the highest price for the prior late November since 2012. So again, we strongly encourage you to work closely with your trusted risk management advisor to manage this price movement. Now, if you'd like more information, please feel free to contact us at 800-664-2321. We'll put you in contact with one of our risk management consultants who'll be happy to visit with you at your convenience. And remember, we upload every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and never miss an upload. Thanks a lot. Have a good week.